Hey everybody, we back.
What up?
It's been literally 11 months? No, it's been 10 months since we last recorded a video. We were in New York when we recorded the video, and that was
February. That was fun.
That was fun. That was before 2020 though. Like, I mean, it's been 2020, but that was before coronavirus.
It was before 2020 because we all know 2020 is a Corona year. Is what it was.
Yeah, when I think
a COVID-19 year.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think of when I think of 2020. But in February, it was just like, 2020 vision, the year of revelation, the year of revealing, etc. And it still was and is. But we're here to talk about a couple of things. And again, you're just going to eavesdrop on our conversation because we have these conversations all the time. We just don't really record them. And I just felt it in my spirit to have the conversation recorded. So, hey, welcome to our conversation. This is my friend Conrad. Everyone calls him Conrad, but I call him Julian. And I'm Rose. And we're going to talk about 2020.
Yeah. It's a tough topic, I feel like.
Yeah, I think we should start with February.
I was just about to say, where do you start with such a year? Like, all the craziness that has gone on for each month. And like, there have been several memes, I'm sure you've seen this, where it was like, January, February, and then December.
Yeah, someone just posted, it was like January, February, lockdown, December.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how it felt.
Facts.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Quick.
And to start with February, because it's just interesting. It's so crazy. And we were kind of talking about this before we started recording.
Right.
But February was like a decision month for me. It was a fork in the road, like we said. It was a fork in the road because I applied to University of Berkeley, and I applied to LA, like UCLA, UC Berkeley. I probably should just say the UC names. And I was hoping to be in San Francisco, during this time in the fall. And I was really excited, and I was working at my, my job at the time. I was living in Culver City, California. I went to a trip for work, and Julian lives, don't say your business. You were in New Jersey at the time. I hope that's okay to say. But, we met in New York, and we were just talking about what's to come, and I was excited. I was feeling like, man, things are going to change. So much is going to happen.
Right.
And then, now it's different.
Extremely different.
And I think I'm going to ask myself this question, Julian. I want you to ask yourself this question too. Okay. What was your goal for 2020 in February?
Oh, that's a good one. What was my goal?
I can go first.
Actually, I think at that point in time I was considering. Actually, you go. Let me think on that.
All right. So my goal, it wasn't clear. I'm be honest.
Right.
And I'm processing as I'm talking out loud, but I really just wanted to just be done with my book. I wanted to be done in the sense of like complete with like the development edits and just the concept, the characters, the whole story from beginning, middle to end. Like, I wanted to be done. Like, I remember just feeling like, and I finished in February, actually. My first heavy draft, and it was like a shell, but I knew I wasn't done. I wanted to be like heavy, neat, beginning, middle, end, done. And I was just so passionate about like, you hungry, bro? I was so passionate. This is our conversation.
Like, yeah, this is our conversation, guys. You literally.
Okay. So I wanted to use my book to channel me to the fork in the road, which was going to this UC Berkeley, and I went to visit the college. Actually, do you remember that? I think I told you. I went to go visit. I stayed in Airbnb and like saw myself there, looked around the nice houses, took walks, went to coffee, went to brunch by myself. Just like, this is gonna be a great experience. Right. Psych. I found out I didn't get accepted in February. Okay, and they said you'll find out in April. Everyone else found out in April. I found out in February. And I was like, what the F? it was just so, everything just shut down in February for me personally. And I'll just stop there. And that was my goal, and that's what happened to me.
I don't know. It might be easy to say as Christians that might have been God.
Yeah.
But then you definitely have to like pray about it to get that sense of like, you know, in your spirit feel that was God led, God ordained, or whatever the case may be.
It was God.
But I believe so too. And during that time, like honestly, when we were in New York, obviously we had no idea Corona was about to hit. Because this was probably 2 weeks, and then the news came out that, you know, no one should leave and go anywhere again.
Yeah.
So New York was a fun time, and I'm glad we did that because I think it kind of like helped us, you know, get ready for what we're about to get into without actually knowing it. Because anytime we link up and talk, we obviously talk about life, you know, encourage each other.
Yeah.
And grow and all that stuff. So yeah, I think that helped. But back to your question as to what my New Year's resolution was during that period. I think for me it was just to get like something where I can feel like I've accomplished something at the stage in life I was in my 20s. So I mean, we always feel like we want to rush life, but we don't take time to let life happen and just appreciate each step of the process. But I think it's normal. It's human nature where we do that to ourselves, but we have to have a conscious effort of like taking time to actually not kill ourselves for not having everything this person had, and they in their 30s or 40s, and you are in your 20s working to have what someone accomplished in their 40s, you want it in your 20s. There's nothing wrong with that, but there should be a balance. But yeah, so that was where I was in life, and funny enough, when Corona hit, or the pandemic hit, I think during that time we both moved.
Yeah.
Because I had to relocate from my beautiful home city, Philadelphia. Yeah, but I had to relocate.
You said home city? Wow.
That's my second home. I love Philly.
Aww,
215, baby.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a tough time, and I can't believe I relocated during that period. But I also believe that was like, God's timing where that happened. And yeah, to be honest, this has been a challenge in here, but I think there's also been a lot of like hidden blessings in it as well.
Yeah.
And it's not clear to see that unless you actually stop and breathe. Take time to breathe.
Wow. Julian, what you're saying is so powerful because, I was thinking about this, the gift of reflection, the gift of now, and people just stopping and allowing life. You said something that was powerful, and I tried to catch it, but I was trying to listen. So it's something to the effect of, sometimes we, instead of rushing life, we have to allow life to happen.
Right.
And it was like, oh my God, it's so true because life is happening right now. Like we're recording this video, but outside there's like two people talking with masks on, and that can be weird. But the idea is like life is happening around you, and if you're so focused with your head down on like, something exciting or maybe something challenging, you may miss it.
Right.
And I think that's what happened to me in February. I remember you recording people, and I was asking you, like, why are you recording people? He was like, I just like recording the moment. And that hit me like, oh, okay. And then when I saw the recap of the video, and it was just like, it was so dope because it was the moment in time. Right. And it was so much more special because we were in a place of solitude.
Yeah.
Like when you recorded that, I had no idea like the impact it was gonna make on me. So just, it's true. Like, I want to be a doctor at, 28, but I can't be a doctor right now. I wasn't accepted in the program, and I'm humble with that because you're right. I didn't get accepted, but what I learned, even from now is that I would have never been here.
Right.
I would have never been able to move back. LA is my second home. Listen, y'all know. If you know, you know. I love California. I love Los Angeles. I love the food. I love the people. I love hiking, the weather, everything. I never saw myself leaving there, especially this year. like I maybe like 5 years from now, never saw myself moving back to, Florida.
Right. Sunshine State.
Listen.
The stay sunny out there. It got cold though.
It did get cold. It was cold for Christmas, by the way. But back to the conversation. I never saw myself moving back for a while, and then when that happened, and then when I learned, Corona hit, something told me, God told me that you gotta move back. So back to what you're saying is like, I didn't realize how much I was missing in my life until I moved.
Wow.
You gotta get up.
You gotta lean in for that one.
You gotta sit down again.
You sure do.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So, what do you think that means, Julian? Like, we both moved.
Yeah.
Physically, but what do you think the transition did to us when we did that?
So anytime I've moved, I've always realized that I've been challenged, and I always grow a lot. Grow way quicker than, and I think that was because I always got in an uncomfortable zone, because I always moved to places I've never been before, like moving from Florida to Pennsylvania, and that was like, why am I relocating here? What am I doing here? Who do I know? Who are my contacts? Where are my circle?
Yeah.
So I think that has been very, very evident. And another thing too is that you are not in control as much as you think you are. Because when those opportunities come, it's like, well, it could have been offered to someone else, but it came to you, and then now you have that choice: do I take it? Do I not? And you make all those stock of what this would do to your life, the changes it would bring, pray about it, and go which direction you're led. And I've always been led to take those opportunities, and it's been great. I think who I am today is very, very dependent on all that transition and changes. And there's just been interesting times where they happen.
Yeah.
And to me, it lets me know I'm not in control. I'm just trusting God, praying to Him, having Him lead me, and also, being a mature adult to make wise decisions. So.
What I'm hearing from that is just God promotes people. And similar, He moves people. We're not always being the ones who are, in control, but directing our lives. Who would have thought that you would have moved from Florida to Pennsylvania to now, Texas? Texas? What?
Down south.
During a pandemic in March when it hit, that's insane.
Oh yeah.
And who would have thought, I would have moved from, Jacksonville to Miami to LA, loving LA, seeing myself settling there for a minute, but then back to Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? And it happened through the pandemic, with the pandemic. And so it's not a coincidence. You told me one of your friends said something about coincidence. Do you remember the?
Oh, yeah.
You remember the?
How many times should something happen for you to realize okay, how many?
Get it right.
I know, right? It was so good, and I keep messing it up. How many coincidences should happen in a row for you to realize it's calculated?
Yeah.
It was something of that nature.
That's it.
Yeah. And it was, it hit me hard, and it's always something I've thought of that. All right, I'll let you continue with that point.
No, it's calculated. It's calculated. And I was meant to be back, and I'm actually happier, which is insane. I thought I was living my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's one word I feel like we throw by the wayside. Being happy at where we at. A lot of people are just doing stuff because, this person is doing that, this person has this, all that stuff, but are you happy?
Wow.
Chasing and getting all that, so that's a great point.
You keep bringing us back. You better sit us down, Julian. You better sit us down.
Break down happy, being happy.
Wow.
Pursuing whatever you're pursuing.
Yeah, you're right, because sometimes I have a hard time with this sometimes, and I know people who have a hard time with this too. Sometimes it's hard to just sit somewhere, right now, right? Today is what, December 30th, 2020. Yep. The time is whatever, wherever you are, 5 o'clock somewhere. And
it's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
For real. Oh, because we off, okay.
Right.
No. But I'm saying, it's hard to sometimes just, be done with your day, with whatever you're trying to do, your chores, your meetups. You just sit down and say, you know what? I got a roof over my head. I got food. I got a good family. I got friends. You know, my health. I'm good. I can see. I got hands. I got feet.
Right.
You know, we don't do that, and that's hard. It's hard to just. It's hard to be grateful and content, like intentionally. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
you just drop in like keywords: intentional, happy, consistent, all that stuff. Like, wow.
And you know what's crazy to me? On the outside, my happy was like, you know, oh, you know, you got a great job, you're in a great city, you know, you got your car, you know, whatever. But then like here is like, happy is, you know, food on the table. Happy is me being able to drive several minutes to see my family. Happy is me being blessed to host whatever, you know. Happy is my health.
Right.
Happy is, you know, me being able to watch a really good show. And I don't really watch TV shows like that. People call me a joke, you know. I like to write a lot, but that's happy.
Yeah, no, that's important.
That's my happy.
That's definitely important.
Yeah. And one thing, and then I'll let you talk. I'm sorry. Happy is me being comfortable with me.
Ooh. Say that one more time.
Happy is me being comfortable with me.
Okay. I like that definition of happy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wherever you go. Like now, I'm good. Like I can go anywhere by myself. I can travel, or I can eat dinner, I can watch a movie, laugh. Like I used to laugh, like, but then look around like, oh my God, no one's here. You know what I mean? But then I'm just bawling, laughing, crying, whatever by myself. Just like writing, just like stretching, like doing whatever by myself. And I enjoy it. I enjoy hanging out by myself. I love it. I love it.
Wow. What is the craziest thing you did this year that people were like, why did you do that in this pandemic? Did you do anything like that or not?
You should go first.
Okay, for this I do have an answer. I think for me it was flying to Philly to go vote. But it was important. I had to.
Thank you, Brad.
Granted,
thank you for that though. Hey.
I could go there. And also I have a lot of great friends there, so it was a time to, you know, catch up with certain people. Not everybody. It was a pandemic, so. But yeah, I think that was a decision I was very proud I made. A lot of people were like, you're crazy, don't do that. But yeah, so now, over to you.
How do you define crazy?
I don't know, you tell me.
I think one of the crazy things I did was, as I was moving, I invited my little brother to just see LA. And so that was a stupid idea, but also an amazing idea. Because as you're moving and packing and doing what you gotta do, you also have to be kind of a host. Okay. And show people around. Right. So I found myself in a place of just appreciation, because as I was packing my things and, you know, reminiscing about LA and what I accomplished in the last years that I was there, I was also being a tour guide. We went to all of the tourist spaces, right? We went to the Hollywood Walk, we went to the Hollywood Sign, we went mountain climbing, you know, we went to dinner, we went to all of these really great Korean barbecue spaces, and I was like enjoying it again. Like it was almost like a hello goodbye trip. It was dope because it was, you know, crazy in the sense that how are you packing, but you're low key like bringing someone here for the first time and showing them around. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like it's like seemed like a burden, but it was almost cool. It was like hello goodbye LA. I loved it. Hello goodbye LA. Yeah. That sounds like a book or a show. Listen, you never know. Don't take it from me. I copyrighted Rose Francois. Hello goodbye LA. Stop talking. You heard it here first. From her. As we ending this year and going into the new year, 2021. Obviously, everyone has New Year's resolutions. Yep. And we all let that last till the second week in February, and then we're back to our normal life. Don't do that. Please don't. Because this year, don't do that. I better not do that. Okay. This don't new year, yeah, don't do that. This new year, actually, I think 2 resolutions I have that I'm definitely going to stick to. Number 1 is read a lot more. Number 2 is be consistent in like health. Okay. Because health is also wealth, you know. Amen. Like, you know, eat right, exercise, and sleep right. Enough hours of sleep during the day. And yeah, I just want to keep that simple, and everything else just be consistent with it. Okay.
That's just as simple as my New Year's resolution is.
Okay.
How about you?
Before I go, I would say that I learned a goal setting tool that helps us reach our goals. And it's called, you probably heard it, SMART goals.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's another one that's inclusive with DEI, and it's SMARTY goals. So long story short, SMART goals helps you be specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, and time bound.
Oh, I have heard that. You mean,
okay.
Got it.
The acronym.
The acronym. Got it.
So you're talking about you want to read a book, right? A book you want to read more. You want to read more next year, okay, in 2021. And so if I wanted to make it a SMART goal, I would say I want to read more next year by reading one book each month by the 30th or the end of the month. Okay. And so when you get to month 3, if you haven't read 3 books, you know where you are. You could catch up, right? You can read 2 more books. Yeah. And it gives you a time stamp. So for me, I want to publish my book by the date that I say I'm going to publish it. And we know the date, but I don't want to say it on the camera right now. But I'll do that by reverse engineering and making sure that for the 9 weeks that are coming up, that I have a plan for each week, and I'm able to connect with the people that can support me and really be transparent, and really just be diligent about my time and set calendar holds for the time that I need to do it. I also want to lose 20 pounds. I think I'm already on my way doing that. One thing we can say to close is just our overall learnings from this year, and one thing we can share as a word of advice as people who learned.
Overall learning for this year is don't take life too seriously. Because life plays jokes sometimes on you, and it's
wow.
It can be very tough. I mean, it's very sad, the crazy number of
over 200,000 deaths.
Yeah. And the cases were even a whole lot more, and it's extremely horrible. But yeah, I think don't take life too seriously and just have fun with whatever you're doing, because life is short. Have fun, grow, learn, enjoy, live, thrive, not just survive. Yeah, and that's my takeaway from this year, honestly. And a whole lot more to trust God, because we don't know the future. Come on, somebody.
The only pandemic, right, in the last 100 years. Julian, thank you for saying that, because you're right. We take ourselves too seriously. We're 9 to 5, and I gotta do this. You could be gone tomorrow. Yep. And I just say, for me, it's trust God to show you who you are. Because I didn't know I was this person 6 months ago. I didn't know that, I would do what I did, seriously. And so just trust God to show you who you are, and just take time for yourself. In addition to having fun, do self-care. Make intentional dates with yourself, or intentional things for you. Whether it's, a time to close your eyes during the day, or it's meditating, or it's praying, or stretching, or working out, or eating, or watching TV, or doing something. Do something for you. And I think it should be repetitive. It should be consistent. Something consistent that you're doing for yourself. Because the more you pour in yourself, the more you can give to others. And I realized the more I was pouring into myself, the more I was able to help and lead and support other people and be there for others I wanted to be. Because I was able to do that for myself. But when I wasn't, when I wasn't taking care of me, I was not able to help anybody else. I was not able to give some advice. I was trying to figure it out myself. Yeah. So if you want to change the world, you gotta change yourself.
That's good.
Yeah. So
that's great. She started off by saying, you guys are basically listening in on a
eavesdropping on a conversation. Yeah.
Conversation. So thank you for joining me on this channel. As always, Rose, you're always welcome.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for watching. And before we go, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's December 30th. Be great. Sorry.
Go be great.
So what does your shirt say?
Chale is guy or bro.
Chale?
In slang in Ghana. So Chale Clothing is the brand name, but they used it because they're Ghanaians. They use Chale.
Chale?
It's Nigerians say Omo.
What does it mean though?
Guy or bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro clothing, Charlie.
Like,
clothing.
what's up, bro? Like, Charlie, bro. Charlie. Guy. Charlie. Or bro, whichever one.
So,
hey, y'all.
Hey, we're back. We're not back because this is the first video. This is
We
the
are
first
kind of
video.
back, though, because we back from February.
Oh.
This year. So this is not our first video this year, but it's our first sits down.
So
It's
it's
dropping, I think.
yeah, no. Look at you scripting.
Whatever.
Okay, great. Why do we point to the camera?
You gotta...
Oh. Okay.